What's up, John? How you doing, boss? I I'm here kind of blown away. I can't believe what I saw today and what I learned. It's just pretty sad day for our country. Yep. And see, and my thing is, I never knew the guy personally. I never met him. We never got in contact with each other, but I truly felt he was reaching out and doing his part to reach out to these lost souls. You know what I mean? And doing it right. Listening, giving you a chance, listening to your side, and then to have an adult conversation. That's what this world is about. To be able to sit there and have an adult conversation, whether we agree or disagree. That's what it's about. That's what humanity is about. But to take it to this level just because you don't agree with what he's saying, that's horrible, 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 horrible. What's up, Raj?
What's up, brother? I wish it was a better day, man. It's a tragic day for our country. To sit
Yes,
there
it is.
and see how someone has spread love, starting a family, like just reality, good, great things. Never call no one names, never degraded somebody by their personal appearance and their personal beliefs, just debated them on facts. And he had to get
Yes.
murdered this cold. Uh, it's completely un-American, completely. I grew up and we talked so many times about, I may disagree with you, but I will defend your right to say what you have to say.
Yeah.
And I got friends that are Democrats, and that's fine. You get your news from different places, you believe what you want to believe. But this level that happened today, I just listened to him last night, almost every night, pretty much. I get snippets from him because I am conservative. And when I first saw this, bro, I thought it was a joke. I couldn't believe that something like this would happen. And just so shortly, Ukrainian girl working at a pizzeria, and then now to see what's happening with Charlie. Uh, why? It's senseless what has happened, and there's people that are celebrating. It's very
Yeah.
terrible.
I've seen where some people are putting up comments, that if they see that on their timeline and stuff like that, like through
I
the
was gonna post
years
that
of
too,
me,
but it's
being,
like a
yeah,
given.
yeah, no, it should be a given. And I'll be honest, through all the timeline that I've gone through, and I've seen where, this happened where they attempted to assassinate Trump. When they were like that, making those comments, like I already had started deleting them then, because in no way, shape, or form, just because they don't agree with your political views in that sense, you know, when they're trying to do something right. Now, don't get me wrong. I totally feel that the person that murdered that young girl, they should do a live stoning video, like
I
stone them.
talked about back in the
You
days they
know
had
what I
the
mean?
firing squad, bro, and so they would
Yeah,
have one officer that had a bullet that a blank, but it sounds
yeah,
like he shot it. So if that one officer has any guilt, he could always believe in his mind he was the one that fired that blank shot.
yes,
But you
yes,
see, when we had that, it made criminals afraid to do stuff like this. And
yes,
exactly this, bro, this was a target on a gun-free zone. Gun-free zones are the target. That's the problem with this country right now. They have this negative stigma going around about guns. Guns is just a tool. They're not just like a weapon with a brain that's going around killing anybody. It's a tool just like a pen, just like a pencil. It's a tool. Okay, so if you have all these people coming against you and you can't fight back, what's gonna happen? Exactly like today. If somebody saw this and they had a weapon on them, they probably could have prevented it, but
Yeah.
they were defenseless because they're law-abiding citizens to this country, and so they were defenseless against a person with a gun. And you could ban
Yeah.
guns all you want, left, right, and sideways.
Hmm.
Cocaine is highly illegal. You can't buy cocaine at Walgreens or Walmart or Target, okay? But cocaine is everywhere. So we have to cope with the fact that it is there. So how do we
Yeah.
deal with that? That's how guns are. You could ban guns. Murder in itself is illegal. So if someone will ignore the law that says murder is illegal, you think they're going to be like, "Oh wait, there's that one gun law though. The president passed that one specific gun law. And because of that gun law, we will not do a murder." I mean, come on. Are you people serious?
Yeah.
Our problem
Yeah.
is not guns. It's a lot of people not reporting. It's a lot of people being mentally unstable. There's so many stolen guns out there in the streets. You could ban guns today, all guns, and there will be more killings tomorrow because you're just giving the criminal element the power that they need, that they want, so they can do what they want, when they want, how they want, and you're defenseless. Yeah, just my spiel, man. It's so tragic. Charlie Kirk, man. I listen to him a lot. True American patriot. Not just an American patriot. He was a father, a husband. Um, he was a person that spoke about God, about family, and supported our troops, and exactly what a president should be in the future. And I think we probably lost a potential president in the
Yes.
long run. I think you would have been a phenomenal president for this country, for the actual citizens of this country.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yes,
All
he
right, I'm
did.
gonna chill now. I'm gonna chill. Sorry, bro. Man, dude, all day it's just, it gave me a headache, bro. Like I'm so like stressed about how this could happen.
It's beyond
It's beyond
beyond words.
comprehension.
Like,
And I have the video up close. Like I have it up close. I didn't post it, but I do have it.
yeah, yeah. I've got it and I saved it for me. I'm never gonna share that like publicly kind of deal.
No, exactly.
But but I knew as soon as I heard the gunshot go off,
And just one.
I knew it was a rifle. There was no way it was up close because I heard they're like what, and I was like no, and that was the first video that popped up, so I heard it and I was like no, there's no way that was a pistol, that was a
No.
rifle,
Yeah.
and it was off in a distance,
The amount of
and
blood that came out, it was a decent sized caliber. And like you
yes,
said,
yep,
it's the sound.
you
You
saw
saw
the
him get
hole,
hit. The,
you saw the hole
the
in his neck,
gush. Oh,
like bad. I feel so bad for his family.
that's the sad part because you got to think this man woke up today. He's working just like you're working, just like I'm working. We have a job to do, and this is his job. And his job wasn't just being a right wing person, he challenged everybody around the world to think, do your own research. Don't just listen to the whispers that are coming into your ears and believe that as 100%. Like
Yeah.
dive deep, think, debate. And the hardest part, bro, is it was on a college campus. Isn't a college campus the exact place for dialogue and debate? Doesn't dialogue and debate create knowledge that we could share with each other? Isn't that the purpose of our colleges and our universities? And now we have political deaths on our college campuses now. Whew.
Okay.
Bro, I was about to
It,
fire up my studio and go on. I was. But the wife told me,
yeah.
she said, she gave me some good wisdom. She said, you're a little fired up right now. It's better to collect yourself and come back maybe tomorrow or Friday. So that's what I'll do. But bro, it's been
But
boiling.
yeah, no, without a doubt, I sat here and I was like, I saw the text come. Like before you text me if I was going live, I was like, man, I need to go live. I just need to kind of talk and vent or whatever it's been. But this was truly like gut wrenching. Like I said, I never knew the guy, never met him, never had a one on one, but I would follow, his
Same.
posts up, and sometimes I watched the entire thing. Like if I had time and I was sitting there just doing nothing, like I'd rather sit there and listen to somebody that's posting positive feedback, and then it gives them the opportunity to the other side to speak their mind. But he also controlled it to where, hey, look, we can have this dialogue,
You
but
let people
talk to
talk.
me
Yeah.
and let me talk to you. Like you got to be willing, and that was something that was so important to this next generation because they feel that they've got to get loud, they've got to be in your face, they've got to do all these horrible, crazy things to get attention or to be heard. And in reality, all it takes is this: sit
It's
down
just
and talk to
dialogue.
some people.
The same way you
Yeah,
have feelings, the same way every other humans have feelings. We could talk about it. I may not be 100% in what I'm saying, and you may not be either. But if we sit down and talk and have that dialogue, we can learn from each other and have better understanding. We can have a
yeah,
better future getting together that way versus killing each other. Because this is
yeah.
just terrible. What's going on in this
So
country has been very, very bad.
yeah, so I'm gonna address a few things I'm seeing right here where they're talking about the old guy. It wasn't the old guy
No, it
because
wasn't.
there was another video where you saw a guy
They
get
took
up
him
from
in
the
for
prone
obstruction
position
for
and
some
take
weird
off
reason.
running. And at the speed he took off and got up off the floor, there was no way it was that old man. I guarantee you, there was no freaking way.
The old man got apprehended right there around the time it happened. Okay.
Yeah,
Later on, they found out it wasn't him, but they still kept him in custody because he was interrupting their investigation. So they still kept him in the county jail as a person of interest. Maybe he was. You don't know in these times. Imagine being an officer trying to investigate what's going on. You have no idea, but there's a person here that's obstructing. Why are you
yep.
obstructing when someone just got shot? You should be cooperating. So we're going to bring you in for questioning. And that's it. We'll release you if you had nothing to do with it. But I mean, how could, as an officer, you would have to do your diligence and bring that person in if they're obstructing in that circumstance? I don't blame law
Without a doubt.
enforcement at all.
Yeah, I was just trying to bring that up because when they were dragging the old man, whatever he did to get himself in that position, I'm not denying whatever it may be, especially like the way you're bringing it up. When there's a shooting, everybody
Don't
needs to be
obstruct.
cooperating. Don't be the speed bump in the way of blocking people. Like somebody's life has just gotten taken or attempted to be taken,
Yes.
and they're out there to
Shots are
protect and
fired.
serve.
Don't be a
Yes,
problem. Be
exactly.
a help.
So I was just kind of bringing that up, to point to the fact that yes, don't automatically assume like those other people. They were already bashing on that old guy. They were already putting it up there that he did this. No,
Don't jump to
wait.
conclusions. This is
Don't
one of the
don't
worst
jump
things you
to
could do.
conclusions. Yes, that's all. That's all I was
Wait
trying
for
to
the
get to right
facts.
there.
Wait for the
Uh,
facts.
but again, when I heard the shot, I saw the amount of. I was like, geez, like, and then the way the crowd reacted, like they didn't look down
Gushed.
like here, they looked up. So that tells you the shot came from far, and it just at the end of the day, like I said, the world lost
A tremendous adversary uh, of freedom of speech and country. Not even just America. Like what he talked about was great for any country in this world. Um,
everything.
I think it's
Every
just perfect.
country talked about, yes, and in a way to get young people to understand and actually sit there and do some homework, do some research, but be open minded. You're not going to like what everybody has to say, but there's no reason to
Well said.
take a
Exactly.
life. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
If
I'm
anything, you
just
hear somebody that is debating you with actual facts, you should be more inclined to have another conversation with them and be able to debate again versus trying to
yeah,
destroy their, what they're trying to talk about, and
without,
now it's families, businesses, friends, and not only just that, there were so many people there that saw this happen, and it's going to affect them for the rest of their life. They will be on their deathbed witnessing this in person, and will never forget this day because of one evil monster. in this world. I wouldn't
Yeah,
even say a human. I would just say monster.
yeah, without a doubt. Right now, Crash is saying Reds are everywhere right now around the factory and the turnaround. That's awesome. Um, he did ask a little while ago about the lead because I'm always cleaning the lead. Um, well, the deal with lead is the only way you're going to get lead contamination is you see all that uh, lead contamination on my hands. It doesn't seep into my hands. Every time I go twice a year to the VA, and they test my lead levels. I'm nowhere near any kind of worry of worrying about because I tell them, hey, I've been doing it for 20 years now. This is the way to do it. And they're like, well, let's test you. So every time I go there, they test me perfectly fine because the main thing is I go wash my hands before I deal with any kind of food. Unless it's a
Ingestion
drink where
is a
I'm,
big key
holding
with
it from
lead.
down there, you know what I mean? But also, my drinks and everything are upwind, not downwind from where I'm working my gear. So as long as I'm not eating it or snorting it or, inhale
Smoking it.
and smoking it, yes, yeah, you can. If you're a cigarette
Hey,
smoker,
bro. Yeah,
you're sitting there putting it right into your mouth.
you're
That way,
putting it in
you're
your
smoking
system.
it in.
You're right.
Yes.
100%. Yep. So
Yep.
it's
So no.
it's just kind of like snake venom. If you get some rattlesnake venom on your hands, not a big deal. But get it in your bloodstream or ingest it, not
Inject
so
it into
good.
your bloodstream, it's over. But
Once it's internal, it gets very bad.
you can actually ingest it too, and you're fine.
Yeah,
But
small quantities.
uh, yeah, no, they said you can ingest it, but if you were to ingest the same amount or get injected into your bloodstream, that same amount, it would tear
Because a
you
lot of
up.
that, yeah, it attacks your blood. Their hemoglobins, or they break down your blood, clot your blood. A lot of it has to do with your blood. But at the same time, you don't want it inside of you. Topically, wash your hands. You should be okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah, I probably wash my hands probably 30 to 40 times a day, easy, easy. Like if I'm gonna go mess with the computer or whatever, like normally this hand doesn't have a lot of. It's from handling mainly this or passing a lead over, but this is the hand that you
That
can
one gets
see
coated. Yeah.
mainly it gets
But on to
coated
that,
by the lead contamination on there and stuff like that. So,
my family, my people were from Trinidad, so a lot of us have tire shops, and so lead weights. We're handling lead weights all the time. As a matter of fact, I
yeah,
used to get a lot of my lead from family because it was lead weights that they pulled off of vehicles when they were balancing tires. They had buckets of them. They would recycle them. Like, hey, you can just give it to Sharkotic, and we can make weights. And ain't nobody that I know of that has done. I could definitely tell you somebody about 50 plus years in the industry, no lead issues. So
yeah. Again, the
be careful.
only ingesting, inhaling. Another way is if you're cooking it, melting it down,
Hmm.
smoking it, and you're breathing the fumes. That's another way to get lead poisoning. Um, but yeah, it's got to be ingested or inhaled for you to get it. It's you can, like I said, I work with it like this. I've been doing it for 20 years at minimum, and I am with well below any lead contamination levels and stuff like that. So, but again, I wash my hands quite frequently, literally. And the way I've also got it too, I have a pump, so I could just hit the pump, and instead of trying to pick it up and putting lead,
Oh yeah, yeah.
because everybody uses the restroom, and I don't want kids in there or whatever grabbing the pump where they can just tap it on their hand. That's a different one. So yeah, no. I honestly, bro, that was I
But yeah, it's good to see you guys. See you guys shouting out Sharkotic, man. Thank y'all so much. And I wish it was a better day, but it's still a day. We got to keep pushing through, and we got to keep going. And we're here. So been a while, guys. Hope you guys saw some of the songs. Had a Padre song, South Padre song. Had some motivational music also came out past 2 weeks at least. Trying to do a little bit more than once a week. I was doing good, trying to do like 2 to 3 a week, and then got super busy. But I am backlogged on a lot of songs right now, um, working on them. And then Friday, I'm gonna do a drawing. I had it on my Facebook, a random song. So you got to comment on my Facebook, whatever song you want. It could be about anything. People have commented about traffic, um, about work, different random things. Uh, Whatever your comment is, I'll do a drawing on Friday, and if I pick your name, I'll make you a personal song for you, and I'll send it to you. It's not gonna get posted on Sharkotic. It's for you. So I'll send you the MP3, and I'll make the video. Something I'm doing for fun, just making a song for somebody. The funnier, the better, in my opinion. But it could be anything you want. It could be your team, it could be your business, whatever you want. If you win, I'm gonna make a song for you.
Roger that. Also, too, what I'd like to do, boss, is if I can get your music in that form, so that way I can start using it on my videos. Because I'm getting back into editing my videos.
Oh,
So
nice.
I'd like. You have a lot of motivational music in there, boss. I'd really like to share it, but I can't download it. You know what I mean? It won't let me
I think I
download
sent
it
you
when I
just the
get there.
fishing last time. Okay. Yeah, let me.
Yeah.
I'll put them together for you. By next week. By next week. I got a crazy week this week. This weekend's gonna be busy again. Got Canelo and a birthday this weekend. Also, I got a business meeting Saturday. We'll see how that goes. Maybe Sharkotic will jump into a soda or coffee. We don't know. We have a meeting Saturday to talk with distributors about a Sharkotic potential soda or coffee. It's either something will happen with one or the two, or nothing's going to happen. Who knows? But I do have a meeting to see how that goes, which will be kind of cool, in my opinion.
Well, you already got the frame of mind, boss, because that song, when you sit at the table.
That's the thing, I'm always I post it and I do what I do to inspire somebody because I was inspired because I saw it happen before. And I've seen people win, I've seen people grow, and because I could see it, I could aspire to something. And I always found it important, uh, being a first generation born here in America, when I can accomplish to show that. So, don't make excuses. If I could do it, you could do it.
Yeah, yeah. So Cody says, I know I'm a few days late, but I saw they denied the desal plant. Yes, they
Yes,
have denied it. But have you seen the amount of news coverage that it is getting now? Oh, we're going to run out of water. We're going to lose this. We're going to lose that. And we're losing. Like they're putting all these things out there we're going to lose, but they're refusing to acknowledge the fact that we were lied to about the permitting. We were lied to about the amount of Farsight model that was actually done. We're being lied to about a whole bunch of things, and we're tired. Like we're tired of being lied to. Especially we know the water from that's coming from this deep south plant is permitted for industry use, not city use. It's for industry, incoming industry. They've already sold 25 million of the 30 million gallons. So let's do the math real quick. Even if we got all 30 million gallons of water from this thing at $1.2 billion, we are paying $40 per gallon. $40 per gallon.
you're subsidizing the big industries in your city.
Yep. Yep. So with doing that, $40 per gallon is what we would be paying if it was for us, but it's not. So let's do the math. You got 40 or 30 million gallons minus 25. So 1.2 million gallon or $1 million or billion, sorry, divided by 5 million gallons. That means we're paying $240 per gallon of water that we're going to get from this desal plant. $240 per gallon.
For the politicians to get their pockets lined so they can get another mansion, another yacht, and more money for more political power to continue to screw Corpus Christi over.
Exactly. And now what the mayor's trying to do, she's talking to her lawyer because a petition was started to remove her from office. She's going to her lawyer to try and get the charter changed to where she can't be removed from office. Wait a minute now. Hold on.
They're always
If they
trying to
can
move the
impeach,
goalpost.
if they can impeach the president of the United States, which is the
Who are you?
highest public politician office, whatever you government office, whatever you want to put it, yet you want to be a mayor and say we cannot remove you from office when we find out you are corrupt and or have been, linked to all these things. No, like that's the whole purpose of having these
Yes.
um, steps or checks and balances in place.
Mhm.
That's the whole reason. And this mayor is trying to take our ability away. So right there, automatically, they were trying to limit our amount of speech. You saw how they were locking people up when they didn't like what they had to say. Like it is follow their rules and they don't have to follow their own, kind of deal. And it is crazy what is happening right now. And so the whole city of Corpus needs to be up in arms about this, of what she's trying to do. But also, too, we need to clear this narrative of people thinking, oh, we're going to run out of water. We're going to run out of this. And I
No,
can't believe they didn't approve the desal plant, but we're going to throw away what was it? 210,000 $210 million. So it's like, okay, look, I look at it as a small business too. That's basically what it is. Like it's a business. I have gotten where I brought in gear and it didn't sell, and I basically had to take the hit. Well, I took the hit and I moved on, and I went on to bigger, better things that are going to help me and be more productive. There's other water opportunities that are out there where we can get the water way freaking cheaper than what they're trying to do there, and that's not even to include the damage, the amount of damage this water desal plant is going to do on that inner
that's the
harbor
biggest
and
problem.
then the surrounding areas, all the way at the back of the bay. Like it's going to pollute from the back of the bay all the
Yep. I
way
looked at
to
the
where it
map.
finally
I
gets.
saw I saw where they were set up. There was like a oil kind of platform, not platform, but business there, Kuwait or something. It's there. So there's
Yep.
structure there already, and they were going to build on a structure that's already there, already owned by the oil company. And don't get me wrong, I'm a business guy. So like if I was in politics, I would probably lean towards a desal, but I'm not going to harm the environment this way because when you look at it, what could happen from this? The fishing industry in Corpus Christi is huge. Okay,
Hold
but
on,
that
hold on,
fishing industry. What
hold on, real quick. I don't want to miss what you say, but I gotta.
do you think?
Okay, so I already finished the second tray, and my trays are filled, so I got to get them off of there. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to keep going. But
You loaded up.
yeah, if you want to share your YouTube channel information about what you got going until I get back, is more
Sure.
than well. Go ahead and knock that out. Sorry, I got so much debris here. It's crazy. But give me a second. There it is. Okay, let me get this
Uh,
out of here. And
all right, no problem, bro.
get to,
All right, guys. So while he's stepped away real quick, so don't forget if you're not subscribed to Sharkotic on YouTube, subscribe. Okay. So we're getting close to 300,000 subs, and once we do, we're going to have a 300,000 watch party. We have an Avid 80 wide, brand new. That's going to go up for drawing. We have a laptop, HP laptop. We have a tablet from Amazon, and we'll have some cash. It'll be like a few $100, but anyways, when we hit 300K, we're gonna have a good 300K party with a lot of great giveaways, and let's get there. You guys help share Sharkotic because we don't make money from the fishing industry. We're just a media company, and we give back tremendously. We have been doing it for over 15 years, and you've probably seen our logos on many flyers, tournaments. Probably seen us at tournament events, and it's just a passion to give back to our community, and that's what we were doing, and that's what we're trying to do. If you guys help us grow, we get to 300,000, then we can push it to four or five. Really want to get to a million so I could get my jeweler to remake the Sharkotic piece into a million YouTube plaque that I could walk around with. And of course, that means that we're giving back even more. We don't take no profits from Sharkotic. We don't make no money from Sharkotic. Sharkotic is purely giving back to our community. And we've done so for, like I said, many years. But to enter into that drawing that's coming up, for the 300K giveaway, all you have to do is go onto our YouTube and comment on any of our songs. And I'll push you to stuff anything that we put out this year. If you comment on it, we're going to take all those comments, and that's going to be the drawing. That's it. No purchase necessary. It's completely free. Nobody else is doing stuff like that. Everybody else will charge you a raffle ticket, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's cool. That's great. We're doing something a little bit different. It's completely free. So, you guys support us. We support you guys. The more support we get, it's 80 wide right now. We'll do a 130. We get the right support. We get YouTube hooked up well. So as you comment, make sure and share our YouTube onto your page. Let people know we're actually giving stuff away. Danny just picked up his 80 wide maybe 3 weeks ago. And so I haven't posted that picture yet. I've been crazy busy, but I'll be posting that picture here soon. And he won last year as well, another reel from us. And so if you guys win anything from us, please share that stuff. Hey, I could drop you an extra ticket for stuff like that, and I'll let you know if you send me a PM. I'll let you know. Hey, I'll give you but one extra ticket. That's it. We do have some great giveaways, and like I said, it's just free. It's just free. It's giving back to our community in the way I like to give back. And also the Redford Ranch for veterans. Sharkotic is on that too. We've meet a certain level. Um, I told him I'll create a post for him to post, but we've reached a certain level with the Redford Ranch in our uh, donations to be announced by them as well. But he's just waiting on me to send him a photo to post, and we'll work on that soon. First and foremost, it's about giving him the funds and giving back to our community, and we'll take the advertising second. And a lot of folks will sit there and say, "Why you need the advertising?" Well, because the advertising helps us do it again and again and again, and it doesn't cost you anything. So if you guys don't mind, let me see if I can put it in the comments. I probably can't from my phone right now. No, I probably can't. But it's Sharkotic, Sharkotic, Sharkotic on YouTube. If you Google Sharkotic, you'll see my face. We're on everything. So the more support we get, the more support we give back.
All right, all right. I'm back.
Jeez, bro. Lead King.
Let's do this so y'all get a understanding of what I got in front of me.
I wish you lived up here, bro. I would smoke a cigar and just help you do that for fun. Like for fun. Like I'm just
Like,
hanging
just to
out,
give you
having
an
a cigar.
idea, like that's how it's about a foot high, and yeah,
Jeez, you got your work cut out.
it'll try and test me, but
You just live
it
tonight, or
will.
you're doing a drawing tonight?
The drawing was yesterday.
Oh,
Today's
okay.
Wednesday. Yep.
I don't keep up with days. Every day is a day
Yeah, every day
until
is just
Friday.
another day. Yep. Pretty much, man.
Yeah.
Yep. So let me get the computer back on over here because I can't see the comments. Uh, yeah. So it's funny that we're talking about the desal deal because
Oh
when I
yeah,
went up
I
there
jumped
to when
off
I
when you left. Yeah, I wanted to talk with you about it.
okay, so when I went up there to talk about the desal plant, obviously, you know, I'm a business owner. I ain't just a regular, community member. I have a business. I am invested into making sure this city grows. So I'm pro growth. Like I want to see people grow. I want to see people make money. I want to see great things come to the city of Corpus Christi. So when I sat
100%.
there and I introduced myself, hey, I'm, Albert Santucci, veteran owned, Hard Life Raid Tackle, my YouTube channel, just so they have an idea. Ah, crap. Dang it. Hold on. I just dropped my drink.
You know, is he barking something? He usually doesn't bark like that.
Man, and last night too, man, I kept dropping all my little trays that I keep my swivels and sleeves and I was kind of gonna make a comment that I hadn't dropped anything, but then I dropped my drink.
And sometimes we get stressed and caught up at work. You get a little bit of brain fog. It's
Yeah,
it happens.
yes, sir, without a doubt. Give me a second, 'cause I gotta spray some kind of cleaner on the floor, otherwise it's gonna get sticky and fast and
Uh,
be inviting the ants.
don't forget if you want to win an 80 wide, a laptop, tablet, or some cash, subscribe to Sharkotic YouTube. If you're tuning in right now, if you're new, or maybe if you're not new, what city you from? Where you guys at? It's the beauty of being live on YouTube. We come from. I'm in Houston right now, so and Albert's in Corpus, but we're hanging out like brothers.
Yes, sir. Yeah, clearing weight 1 ounce at a time. Very, very true. All right, so when I do my introduction like that, I wasn't able to go in person, so I did it over the phone. So I'm looking at the public comments that are happening on the feed, like because it's live on YouTube. And somebody in there is like, "Oh my God, like, do you really need that whole introduction? Like, just speak on topic and move on, kind of deal." I'm like, "Hold on, wait a minute. Where was your moan and groan complaint
Why don't you show
when the
up to
other
city
guys that were
council?
pro desal were up there saying, 'Hey, I represent this company, da 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 da.'" I said, "Where was your complaint on that?" You know what I mean? I said, these city council members need to know who's coming up to speak. It's not just a regular citizen. I'm invested into this city. I'm paying taxes. I'm creating jobs for workers. I'm creating a product that sells here. I'm helping with tourism. I'm uh,
You create an
advertising because of my
additional
YouTube
lease,
channel.
an
I'm
additional water, an additional electricity bill
Yep,
that
yep,
way higher than a regular house.
yep. All that on top. Like,
What's your
you know,
insurance?
so for them to sit there and try to silence me, it just no. Sorry, that's not gonna happen. So,
See, that's how you know you have the wrong people in power in your city. If I
oh,
was in
big
that
time.
if I was in that seat there, I would let whoever comes. I want to know about you. Like, what's your business? What do you do? Okay, good to meet you. Let's have a debate. But the thing is, the biggest thing about that whole decel thing, and I looked at it, and not out of the woods yet, but you see, if that were to happen, your fishing industry will start collapsing slowly. Your oysters and all that will start dying off slowly. Your seagrass, your sea turtles. We have sea turtle patrol. We have so much. Sea turtles are protected creature by this government, by America, is protected, and they will die off. You will
Yeah,
lose sea turtles from this desal plant, and laws are laws, and protections are protections, and it is what it is. And they're trying to circumvent those things because of money. And if they were to have their way, the desalination plant would only put money into the pockets of the people that are screwing Corpus Christi over while simultaneously destroying your local businesses.
Yes, sir. That's a huge one right there. And I mean, it's not just the local businesses; it's the tourism that comes in from them wanting to come and see a beautiful, shining sea by the sea. You know what I mean? A city by the sea kind of deal. And then with all that brine and all of that, man, it's going to muck up the water. It's going to kill all the marine life, and then we're going to have a horrendous smell that's going to take forever for it to go away. And by then, we will have lost all the tourism that we can have for how many decades until that it really goes away. You know what I mean?
Like
If it ever
Galveston has
came
a
back.
stigma of being dirty, and it's been
Mm,
cleaning up for quite some time. But it's going to take even more time for that stigma to go away that Galveston stinks. 'Cause, yeah, I grew up, Galveston stinks. But recently, Galveston has not been stinking. But the stigma still stands.
yeah, yeah, very very true on that. I see Whiskey's comment on there. He's trying to get me to do push-ups. Sorry, boss, not today. I I got, and actually I was going to walk around with y'all with the camera a little while ago and show y'all all the trays that we are. Um, well, actually, y'all kind of saw it yesterday. I showed a little bit of what, or I showed what we had currently yesterday. But this morning and throughout the day, they brought more trays of weights, and I didn't start working on the weights till about 1 this afternoon. But I've already cleaned probably 100 pounds of 1 ounce pyramids, about 50 pounds of 2 ounce egg weights, about 50 pounds of 8 ounce egg weights. Um,
Nice.
yeah, yeah, somewhere in there. So,
When you
and
coming back to Houston, bro? Been a while. Last time I missed you.
yeah, yeah, I was. I went up there. Well, actually, I went. I didn't even go into Houston this last delivery. They met me in Rockport.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah, I was able to deliver to them there. They took it up
I
there
did
because
some
they knew I
schools
was
in
trying to finish
Rockport.
the tournament. Which, yeah, that was a quick turnaround for me, which helped. So again, guys, if y'all are buying tackle from Fishing Tackle Unlimited, and you know that there's gear that we sell here that they do not have, you need to keep keep bugging at them. Hey, we know Hard Life does this or Hard Life sells this. They're like, we want their gear. We need y'all's insight as to what leaders and gear that you want them to stock. And if you've already purchased our gear from them, you can see the prices are very reasonable. Like they ain't like trying to kill you on the price. They're doing a great job of marketing. They put it on their website. So again, any way, shape, or form that we can help, definitely let them know and go that route for sure. Uh, Need a pull up bar in the shop. That we actually had talked about having a side pull up bar so people can come up and just buy stuff, through drive through. Because
That'd be cool.
we actually have a window right here on the side, but we covered it up because an AC unit used to be there. So we actually could do that. We really could, but we also would have to reconfigure the parking lot outside, which wouldn't take much. Just talking to the property owner and letting them know, hey man, we'd like to have these spots over here designated for a drive-through. The only problem that probably the only person that will probably have a problem is the mechanic shop to our back because they like to use those spots, but they don't use them all the time. It's just whenever they get an inflow of a lot of mechanic work that they got to get done and stuff like that. But there's plenty more spots around here and stuff. So I was also looking into doing a travel trailer where we can go out and cruise the beach and pull up to people fishing. Hey, y'all need any gear?
That I always thought that would have been cool as hell, especially
Yeah, we,
during a
we
tournament.
yeah. So, but again, too, we could only do that on certain beaches, and then we would also have to get certain permits for those beaches to be able to sell in those areas. Um, which they're probably not much, but again, too, that's getting the van, getting it set up, making sure it can travel in 4x4, and all of that. It's definitely not an easy target to hit, but we are definitely looking at it, and it is coming soon. So,
It'll
um,
be fun. Pull up.
yeah,
Hey, welcome to Hard Life. Can I take your order? Yeah.
Yep,
Let
yep.
me get a redfish leader. As a matter of fact, give me two redfish leaders. You guys have any combos? You guys have any specials going on tonight? Oh yeah, let me get a few of those shark leaders. Do you have green? I'll take green. That'll be nice.
Yeah,
Thank you. You got any Happy Meals? Yeah,
yep, yep, yep. Happy deals. Yeah,
I'll
no.
tell you a joke. I'll tell you a joke. Right. So my dad always jokes, and he was like, my son's a fisherman, or whatever, and we didn't grow up fishing, but he had a story. He was like, he knew people that said they were going out fishing, but they went out clubbing, having some fun, but they would buy the fish from a store. And where they messed up was that they kept the receipts in their car or whatever. And then the wife found it. And they're like, I thought you went fishing. You caught these fish. They're like, yeah, I did. We're like, well, what's this receipt from Fiesta or Walmart or whatever? You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
maybe you have the little package. Like, hey, you want that package? We got fish too.
yeah, yeah. That would be something else right there.
No receipts on the fish.
Yeah. That was one of the funny things too. Is like they went over there and brought in filleted fish, and yeah, you forgot to take off the label that it was packaged in or whatever. Yep, I've seen
Yep.
heard that joke a few times.
So it was a fun one.
Yes, sir. But so yeah, so with the diesel plant, like I said, they are now just it's all over the news. Like I've seen about 20 different news reports about them talking about the diesel plant and how much we're going to lose and how much we're going to lose, and we're going to lose so much more if they go through with it.
Hmm.
That's the craziness about it is they are literally putting in the uh, the wrong. They're getting people to believe that it's for us and it's going to help us and we need it now, and it's going to take like 5 years to build. So we won't even be in drought conditions. One, two, it's not for us. It's not for the city. It's not going to offset our drought conditions now or then. Like it's for industry. They're the ones who are going to be using it, and then they're going to be buying it at like what $3 a gallon.
Yeah, so the city
Like
of Corpus has struck a deal with groundwater for the next 3 years. So you mean to tell me in 3 years from now they can't strike another deal with groundwater if the city's in turmoil?
yeah,
The city of Corpus Christi supplies fuel to Dallas. Okay, you think the state is going to let that just collapse? You know what
yeah,
it is playing the political game, the politics, just trying to keep it off of the taxpayers' dollars. You get grants. The city gets grants when you are elected and you're in the city. Your city has grants, hundreds of millions of dollars for different types of infrastructure, water, bridges, highways, you name it. It's there, and the city of Corpus got 3 years now of from permitted already for the next 3 years. You guys don't have to worry about water. And how did that happen? The desal failed, and then guess what? Oh wow, the desal failed. Now, you got 3 years of water. Okay, 3 years from now, are they going to let Corpus fail? Is Corpus a city that will let be folded on? No, Corpus is a very important city to America. They supply a lot of fuel. Corpus is important, more important than a lot of citizens know. And no, don't let these politicians come by and try to put it on your dime. No, put it on their dime.
exactly. That was one of the statements that was read too by one of the city council members that they were trying to pressure them and saying that if they didn't vote for the desal plant, and later on when they needed money, they were going to be denied the money and the funds for that. Well, that's a very dangerous game right there because they're using it as blackmail to blackmail our city into making this happen. So
You
that
think
way they can further again.
Texas or even the United States government will fold on Corpus? Corpus is far too important. They could probably fold on Brownsville, but if you haven't been to Brownsville lately, which I just went down after 15 years and seen what's being developed in the port of Brownsville, the port of Brownsville is going to be important here pretty soon. And they're doing it. It's leverage. The Corpus
Yeah.
Christi government has leverage over the Texas government and the American government. They are important. It's going to cost billions of dollars to. Where are you going to move the infrastructure to? You don't have a choice. You need
Yeah,
the people of Corpus Christi living there and being happy there, and you need more people moving to Corpus Christi to pay these bills to make that happen.
that
They're
was one of the things.
bluffing.
That was
It's
one of the
bro,
things.
it's all cards. It's all cards. Like they're literally playing poker with the citizens. And I hate that form of government. I would never if bro, I wish I could be in government today. I would not play poker with the I would be the one telling them all these people here, they're a bunch of garbage people. They're
That was one of
terrible.
the major things that was going on too, is because they were trying to use that leverage against the city council members. That gives us a lot of leverage against them when it comes to, hey man, these guys try to force our hand to fall and supply this water to these industries. But again, what happens when those industries don't get that water because that desal plant fails, one, or it is destroyed because of hurricane, two, or it's shut down because of a chemical spill or red tide or brown tide, and eventually the salinity is so high in that water level area that they can't run it. Like when we get sued, how much is that going to be? And these are all the questions that I was asking them, and they still refuse to answer those questions. So I'm
Yep.
going to keep asking them because I see that they've gone on a rampage of politically, trying to get into people's minds and make it seem like we're going to run out of water. We need desal. Well, yes,
Just
we
playing
need
poker.
desal, but we don't need it that bad where we're going to pay
The fact is,
$240 per gallon that we're going to receive out of this deal. Like, it's insane.
no, if you look
So,
at the actual facts, because I'm a business guy, so don't get me wrong. If the desal makes sense, I'll be for it. But at the same time, if you look at the facts, they will not run out of water. It may be a shortage, but that's not because of the citizens, it's because of the major businesses that are there, all
yep,
the refineries that are
industries,
there. So they
yep,
should pay for it. They make hundreds of millions to billions of
per
dollars
day.
a year
No, per day.
per
That
day,
they're
even.
making that
Yes,
per
exactly.
day
And
because they
they should pay
actually
for it. They're
they
making the
the
money off
taxes
of
for their
Corpus.
properties came out, and they went to court battling the amount of taxes they had to pay for their properties. So because they cut a deal, instead of paying $2.5 billion to the city of Corpus in their taxes that they owe on their properties, they settled for 998 million.
Oh
So
God.
the city of Corpus Christi lost out on $1.5 billion. 1.5 billion that the city lost out on. And now who's paying for that? Me and you.
Yep.
All the taxpayers, the actual taxpayers, are paying their shortfall. But because they employ a lot of people, they bring, well, you know what? They are also stepping on our throat at the same time. They are bringing work, they're doing this, but they are also shooting us in the foot.
Do
they're
it the
they're
right
paying,
way.
okay, that much in workers' fees or whatever, but they're not helping us.
Come
You
in
know?
as a benefit. They come in like a mosquito, like a leech, like a tick, like a flea, and they
Mhm.
pillage against the hardworking everyday American, so they can continue to make billions of dollars. That ain't right. Oh my God,
Yeah.
bro! I need to grow my beard a little bit longer before they take a throat shot. And you never know, man. I'm telling you, bro. When you start speaking out against these people, man, they have crazy people. They have people that are mentally ill. They'll just point and be like, "That guy, get him."
Yeah.
Crazy world
Yeah.
we live in, bro. But no, you're
It
absolutely
is.
right. I looked into it, and we're actually now 100% out of the woods because this one failed. So with everything, it's like a lowest bidder type of thing. So there's other bidders that could be on the project. So Corpus Christi does have another secondary bidder, but guess what? Because it's a secondary bidder, they were more expensive. And they're going to try to work with that secondary person to try to make the desal plantation happen again. The only way
Yeah.
to stop that is to keep putting a clog in the system to stop them starting from now. Before,
Yeah.
because once that second one gets started, That's the second
It,
bid. Okay, the first bid
that
was
could
the
be the
cheapest
harder one
one.
to stop.
The
Yep.
second bid is the one that's coming in. They were more expensive. The more expensive company is going to be a bigger company with more attorneys and more backing to make this happen. So just because this one got defeated, that was a hard fight. But the next fight, if it does show up, will be even harder because that company is a bigger company, and they're promised more money than the first company. The first company was the lowest bidder. The second company now is the second highest bidder, and from what I've looked at, they only pretty much had two. So there's still one more in the works. So hopefully you choked up the system, and you citizens of Corpus Christi choked up the system enough to where the second company comes in and say, you know what, it's not worth even trying because they have to spend millions of dollars. The engineering and all that is expensive. Just when I was engineering my building on my property, I spent $30,000 just in engineering. I didn't even pour a slab yet. I didn't pour a slab yet. So we need to make sure that the next company knows, don't try it. Corpus Christi is going to stand up. They're going to stand up for their citizens. They're going to stand up for themselves. And if those big companies that want to come in here, they make billions of dollars, they need to pay for it.
That was another thing too. One of the city council members, Mark Scott, went to Houston, or somehow got on the Houston news over there, and started trashing our city, and basically just talking smack about us on the Houston news channel over there. Yet, again, it's not going to affect those people in Houston. It's going to affect all of us here in Corpus.
Oh,
That
exactly.
he's upset that we didn't vote on it. Well, of course, we're not
They're
as
voting for
rich
their
as you
power. They're
are.
voting for their pockets.
We are surviving paycheck to paycheck, but you want us to take on a $1.2 billion deal that is not going to help us. It's going to hurt us in every way, shape, and form, from higher taxes, higher water bills, higher electricity bills, the loss of the bay. So that means our tourist dollars are going to plummet, our fishing industry is going to plummet, our restaurants going to plummet, the hotels are going to plummet. Like, it's all interconnected. And now they definitely have gone on to a deal with the news crews, of pushing the desal plan and how they got voted down and this. So they're coming back with a vengeance and putting that fear mongering out there. And I wonder how much they're spending. So next
Oh, it's
Tuesday
a
when I
lot.
go up there, I'm going to be like, hey, we need to know how much y'all spending on this fear mongering of trying to push this desal plant to get back into this system again. Like, how much is this costing us?
Supply in there right there.
Were already told, y'all went for the permitting, and y'all spent 2 point something billion million dollars, uh, trying to get this water desal deal going and this and that, when y'all didn't even have permits. And now they're so deep into it. Now they're using that as a stepping
Because
stone
we
to
went
say,
so
hey,
far, we have to
we're going to
charge
lose
the
out on all of this.
citizens a little bit more. But guess what? It would have been even more later on down the line. And
Yep,
protest it. Protest. This is their fault. This is their uh, gross incompetence as city
exactly.
leaders to
Yep.
do what's best for their citizens. They were elected to do what's best for their citizens, not for their pockets. When they come in, they have a salary, and now look at them. They come in with a small salary, maybe 90, $100,000 a year. Okay, but now somehow they're a millionaire and they got mansions and they got jets and all these different things.
Yep.
No, it's they sold out. The people sold out. That's one thing, bro. You and I should definitely run in the future, bro. Like, I want to be like Trump. I don't want a salary from this. I want to grow my business to the point where I can survive and not need the money from government and have my own money coming in and do what I got to do for what's best for the citizens of wherever I run.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I was told that the other day, and even again today, that I was like, dude, I honestly, I don't. If I did that, I would lose my business, because
I'm not saying
it,
now,
it, it, it
later
takes
on.
so much. It takes so much work to
Retire
stay
in
on top of
politics.
it, to do the due diligence. You know what I mean, of all of that. Like, but I'm like you. I would rather have enough money to where I didn't have to worry about it. That I could sit there and donate my time, because then you're incorruptible at that point.
Be a
They
true
cannot
public
buy you
servant.
out. You know what I mean? And if
I'll
I
be right
if
back.
they can't mess with my money, they can't mess with my family. Like
Exactly. I do what's best
that,
for the
you're
citizens. That's it.
yep,
I'll be right back.
yep. What's up, Rude, Ezekiel, Sputnik? The Kaunos, I'm actually having to charge $25 for the Kaunos, guys, because the price went up on me. Um, yeah, we have actually military base here, which is NAS Corpus Christi and also Marine Corps Army Depot. We also have a uh, our own. Mm, God, I'm brain dead right now. Uh, it's a form of the military. But it's not Army Navy. It's uh, what's the National Guard. We also have a National Guard base here as well. Um,
But don't most semi-major cities have one?
I would say yes, semi-major. Yes, yeah. Yeah, we're not the hugest, but we definitely do have a lot to offer, like Raj was saying. Um, but yeah, yeah, I should have all this done. Um, what I'll do is the weights that are up there, I'll at least start cleaning them, because they'll be easier, so that way, once they go to the back, they just come back to the front after the sign, and we can tape and turn and burn on that, and see where we're at. But yeah,
I know all the stuff works for 4 days should be done.
okay.
The one thing is, I did find some two ounce franks, but no use.
There's a bunch of that right there, ain't it?
Yeah, I'm just saying, just giving you a heads up.
Okay.
Uh,
All right, boss. Have a good one. Do me a favor, turn off that light and lock that door for me, please. Please.
I think, no complaint when it comes to.
Oh,
Sorry, guys.
that
I
that
missed a lot of y'all's chats
I'm not
because my
afraid of the
stuff is like
cuckooing.
frozen.
That
And the
motherfucker's afraid of me. Oh,
ooh, ooh, kukui, ooh, kukui, bro. What?
oh my God! All right. No, I cussed. Like, oh my gosh!
Yes, guys.
Yeah, yeah. Glad about.
Yeah. So I did miss a lot of comments because I was sitting there. I'm like, man, no one's commenting. I had to arrow down, and then there was a lot of comments. So yeah, good to see all y'all. Appreciate y'all jumping in, chatting with us. But yeah, like I was
Yep.
telling the wife, people like you and I, we've been through it, like from like poor, struggling to. I'm not saying we're rich or nothing, but to be where we're at, we're truly blessed. We didn't come from nothing that like we didn't win the lottery to be where we're at. You know what I mean? No one gave
Yep.
us our position to be where we're at. And I think it's people like us, bro. When we retire, we should definitely run for politics because all these conversations that we have, all these lives, all these industries that we've gone through, different businesses, and just learning and all that. It's what the people would need for our society because there's a lot of people that they get in and they don't have a background like us. They just go to school for politics and try to learn some different things, and they're not grounded in what society needs.
Yeah.
They're just greed and power and money, and to get to a point in life where I don't care about the power, I don't care about the money. I just want my city to strive. I want to see people that want to wake up every day and win. I want to see them win. The people that want to wake up and steal from those people that want to win, I want to see them, you know, locked up or whatever your crime is. Texas, you got
Yeah.
the death penalty if you kill somebody unjustly, of course. If you're murdering people and you're raping people, hey, the death penalty state. I would love to be in that position to say something like that, but it comes from, being from the ground up. and having the wisdom and working our way towards that goal. I'd definitely love to do it one day. And I told the wife, I told her, I said, one day I do want to retire and jump into politics. I said, what happened to Charlie Kirk today could definitely happen to me. And I said, but I don't fear it. I feel like it's my calling, and if that's the way I have to go out, that's the way I have to go out. But I'm gonna do what I think is best, irrelevant to whatever threats they are.
Yep. Yep. Without a doubt, man. And
And I see
the
that
one
with you
thing,
because I see
the
you
one
at the
thing I
city
hate.
council meetings, and I'm like, man, bro, Albert out there, no fear, man, no fear in his game, man. And it's remarkable after all these years to see us get to this level uh, of understanding and to talk about these types of things, bro. It's real awesome to see.
Yeah. So, talking about, the death penalty and stuff like that, I'm just glad Utah they still imply the death penalty. So,
I wish
um,
they had the firing squad.
for something like this, and for that young girl that, I mean,
Firing
was stabbed
squad.
on the bus, stoning, that are like pedophile, like, dude, like really make it to where it makes them think twice. Because right now they're not thinking twice. The government had
Oh no,
screwed them up with Biden and
we did
Obama
like
that they were getting
14
away
times.
with.
It's either 14 or 17 times the Ukrainian girl that got stabbed. That dude. I think it's 14.
No, no,
Um,
That's how many times he
yeah, him
got.
locked
No,
up.
that he got released.
Well, yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
so that's how many
no,
times he's been through the system, and the system
yeah,
never saw him to be, and he didn't even have a ticket to be on that bus. And
yeah. No,
the
that
system
judge.
leaked these criminals, these murderers back onto our streets. You're a father and a husband, and I would always run on, hey, you want to send your wife to the gas station at 10 o'clock at night to get some milk or something. You shouldn't be afraid for her life. You shouldn't feel the need that I have to go with her with a weapon at 10 o'clock at night. It should be
Yeah,
safe. It should not
should be.
be a hub of violence at certain locations.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right on that. That's why, like my wife, and she says, "Well, why do you always got to?" I said, "Because you know what? I pray I never have to use it. I really do. Like,
Exactly.
but on the day that evil confronts me, I'm not going to back down. Just kind of like with what I said a little while ago. Like, sorry, I know God instilled it in me to start getting this stuff because once I got out of the Marine Corps, like I pulled away from any kind of gun use. I mean, yeah, I would go to the rifle range occasionally, but with all my buddies' gear, all their toys and stuff like that. But now I've gotten to the point like I don't go hardly anywhere without some kind of way to protect me and my family because at the end of the day, like you don't know when it's going to pop off,
Oh,
and
exactly.
today speaks volumes that it happens in an area that's supposed to be completely a gun-free zone.
But see, that's the target. We should get rid of gun-free zones. Gun-free
Yep,
zones only keeps guns out of the hands of good people.
yep,
Law-abiding citizens will not carry a gun there. So let's say
yep,
this shooter was in the crowd and you saw him. What are you going to do? He would shoot you. Okay, but if it's not a gun-free zone and you could take him out, then it's a safer situation. I could definitely tell you if I'm going to speak somewhere, it's not going to be a gun-free zone. I want everybody to show up there with guns because guess what? If somebody's going to shoot me with the gun, they're going to do it irrelevant. They're going to do it
yep,
irrelevant, gun-free or not. I'd
yep.
rather a crowd of people with weapons that will be able to stop that person. That's a safer
Yeah, so he
situation.
doesn't do it to somebody
Schools,
else.
universities, hospitals, sporting arenas, all these places are gun-free zones, and these people are cowards. They try to do the most with less resistance.
Yep,
And
yep,
if they know, they wouldn't come to my business. Every single office in my business has a gun. Why don't they come to my office to try to do something like that? Oh, because they know it's Texas and it's a building in Texas, and we probably got guns, so they won't do it here. But they'll go to
yep,
our schools where it's a gun-free zone.
yep,
Gun-free zones are targets. Once you label a place a gun-free zone, it is a target for those
yep,
cowards to come in there and fulfill their darkest desires. And that's the problem. We have a problem in this country, and it's not a gun problem. We should have a gun culture in this country that's supremely great, so we
I
could
can
take out those
remember in high
threats.
school. I can remember in high school where people had gun racks
Hmm?
in their trucks and they had
And
shotguns
nobody
and
shot
rifles
nobody.
and stuff. Yeah,
Nobody shot
nobody
nobody.
ever got shot. Yeah, I
We
mean they
fight, we
fought the
argue.
hell like I mean they used bats and rocks and knives and stuff, but nobody ever got shot.
I
You
had
know,
fights with
obviously.
people. We sit there, we fight, bleeding. That person's bleeding. Guess what? At the end of the fight, we shake hands, and for some dumb reason, the next day we friends. I have no idea how to explain that, and I think we need to get back to that. If you got a
Hey,
problem with
Captain,
somebody,
I'm
just
not
fight
going
that
to be
person one
getting
on
my
one, no weapons.
50 wide. I ended up being able to recover my stolen fishing gear. Awesome.
Nice,
Shark Strong got his fishing gear back. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome. Some good
man. I hate
news.
thieves. You know, I went and I fished with you, Albert, at Bob Hall years ago, and I had two coolers, one with the beer and everything, and so I brought that down to the pier. And when I went back to get my other cooler, that cooler had all my DNA, my tablet, all my stuff from UT.
Mm.
And what sucks was that we caught a hammer in Sao Padre, and I had all that information in that cooler. That cooler had no drinks. That was a cooler that I used for all my science gear. That cooler got stolen, and a year later, that hammer got caught in Florida. And then they reached out to me for that information, and my cooler was stolen. I don't have
Yeah,
it. I didn't save it. I didn't copy it. I was a college
yeah,
student, so now if I had that, you know, I would have scanned it to my email. I would have had that. I would have had a folder organized and all that. Back then, we were just fishing, catching sharks, keeping the tags, and yeah, straight up tag hammer uh, that we released in South Padre got caught in Florida about a year and a half later, and they wanted the info from me, but it got stolen at Bob here.
and you got a blessing, and then you got a lesson.
Yeah,
Damn it, that was crazy. So now I am definitely got a lot of gear to work on tonight. I still got a lot of surf weights to work on too, but this these weights are what take are going to take me forever. But I think this is the last tray of the pyramids and egg weights. I think I've got 2 pound cannonballs, and then nothing but surf weights. I got to clean after that. Nothing but surf weights that I got to clean after that. So I don't know about y'all, but my computer is froze. Like I can
oh,
see like all the comments, but it is froze over here. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. Maybe I have it on pause. I don't know. Play. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, no, that's and still to this day, I got customers coming in and started following the channel or just saw the post. They're like, "Man, did you ever get?" I'm like, "Yeah, we got him. We know who he is." I've already talked to the detective too, and they he's called me a few times, but he was having surgery the other day, and um, I'm kind of I'm gonna be honest, guys. I still have a soft spot with trying to help people. You
same.
know,
We have a lot of
you know,
empathy.
it's hard to sit there and just stay angry because, again, too, I have learned throughout the years, sitting there staying angry or living with hate or anger in your heart does
Doesn't
not.
help.
It's not a way to live. You know what I
Does
mean?
not make the
And
situation better. You can move
yeah,
on. You could be positive. You could learn something. Take it as a lesson. But man, it
yeah.
still sucks
So,
when when they tell you to turn the other cheek. Sometimes it's like, man, like
okay.
always better in the long run to do that. You know, especially like today, like what happened. I don't want to talk about it too much, but this person that shot him, I'll say his name, Charlie. Yeah, Charlie deserves his name to be saying it.
Charlie does. Yeah.
It's the dude that shot him. I don't need to mention his name again, but we need to live in his light, not his darkness. What he
Yeah.
stood for, what he was about. It's up to us now to take that and if we connected with him at some point, we need to uh, take this as a thing, as him. still being alive through us.
Yes,
And it's
yes,
like
his
it's a
legacy.
responsibility on our end. If he touched our souls, he touched our hearts, and he educated us, it's on us now to multiply it way more than he ever known it could have been multiplied, versus being angry and being scared. Definitely not. It's time now to stand up, because as you can see, we're getting hunted down, being taken out by ignorance and hate. And we could confront that by numbers and strength. We don't have to
Yeah,
fight back with violence. We could just be a force that's so connected and powerful that they would never try to do something like that again.
exactly. Yes. Now that you
Live
nailed
in
it
the
on so many
light of the
points. I
person
mean,
that you're missing, and don't live in the hate of their absence. This is
yeah,
why I write these random songs in my mind.
yeah. No,
It's
without a doubt, learning to apply those lessons that they died for to teach us is the best way to honor them when they have passed, especially on something like this. I mean, it's
they left
I
behind a
mean,
platform.
I honestly, I'm kind of like, I don't know what to say or how to say it, but
It's hard,
I just,
but we should
it's
live in his
hard to
light, though.
accept,
We live in his light
and
and become something more great and powerful without violence that these violent people will know not to ever test again. And that means make an example out of this person.
yes, without a doubt. So now for accounts on the lives, the mountains, AC and mine, shark is mine. Um, I'm trying to keep up with all of this.
I missed
Um,
a lot because I
yeah, we're
didn't click
kind
the
of
down
like,
arrow. So I
yeah,
missed
well,
so
that
much. And I
and
was like, damn, no one's commenting. Then I clicked the down, then there was so many comments. So my bad, guys.
well, it's
I
not
can
just
get it
that. It's
again.
like, I mean, I'm focused. I've literally got to look where I'm cutting because these are sharp. If I cut the wrong way, I can snip the end of my finger off, and I'm going to be in a bad situation here. So I got to watch where I'm
Oh,
cutting
that's a
because I can
limited
also
edition
destroy the
weight.
gear as well. So what was that?
Limited edition weight. Got a piece of Albert
Right,
skin.
right, right. There you go. Blood, sweat, and tears in that one.
Yep, that's the beacon right there. You're gonna catch all the fish you want.
It was funny. We were talking. We were on the boat, and one of the guys he kicked something, and he actually beat up his feet pretty good. And so I looked down and I saw some blood. I'm like, damn, did you like bust your toe? And he goes, yeah. And he's that's probably why we're catching all the sharks. I said, man, no. I said, if my blood would have went in the water, there'd have been a lot of sharks. They're like, no, hey, we know that sand. Where is he at?
I've been joking with
So,
the wife because I've been talking about like getting back into shark fishing next year, getting a Mercedes Sprinter or maybe even an Escalade, something that I like. And I'm like, man, I feel like when I get back to the shore, I gotta like cut myself accidentally at some point and go in the water so they know I'm back. Oh, Sharkotic is back. Game
yeah,
on.
yeah. Oh man, it, it's been a trying day today, guys. I probably blew up my Facebook feed. Like I couldn't help it. I just, man, if I saw some of Kirk's, I had to share it,
Oh
and
yeah, I shared a
you
lot,
know, and
man. Thankfully, I didn't have not one person say something stupid. Because, bro, today was a day I would have been out of my normal, and I would have said it like it is. I would have said it like it
yep,
is. And
yep.
I try to not be so political so much online. And, personally, of course, hang out with me. We'll talk politics. But no, tonight, oh man, I would have let it loose. Sharks would have been out. I'd have taken my chain off. Be like, hey, I'd told the wife, hey, hold my chain.
Yeah, no, I don't have tongue weights, guys. They brought me some. I've got some samples there. I have not even had a chance to use them. Because normally when I go like stuff like that, it's just so I can go out there and mess around. But lately, I've only been able to go when I'm like really needing to go, and so I haven't gotten them. But I do have the ability to get the molds for it. I just haven't done it yet. Um, so 4 week, glad I could fish the coast in 4 days. I got 5 hours to fish on 4 days. Well,
5 hours to fish, man.
yeah,
I
he's
remember back
gonna
in the
get
days, it was 20 minutes to fish. I miss those days.
it. Yeah,
20 minutes and I'm on a shark.
yeah. I just like I said, one of the main things is I never met the guy, but he made such an impact on my life and how I think, and like I would sit there, I'd listen to both sides. I'd be like,
Oh, same. Yeah,
okay, this
100%. I'm
guy,
down for a
like, or
debate
they would bring up
anytime.
something, and I had no clue, so I would go to Google, and I stayed open minded, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Okay, I don't understand what he just said, but let me. So I would Google some of the things that they would come back at him with, and I'd be like, oh, I see what they're talking about, this and that, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Not taking it to this level, like.
No, exactly.
Um,
Bro, I want to explain something. So, I met Dan Crenshaw and I had a good night with him at a private event. We smoked cigars together. He signed a box of cigars for me. And I like the guy. Ain't no one's perfect. Crenshaw ain't perfect. No one's perfect, but I do like the guy. However, I've never met Charlie Kirk. And I felt more connected with Charlie Kirk watching him on video, connecting with his ideals, his vision. He was a historian as well. Um, we sell him short just by the media keeps saying he was a right wing spokesperson. He was more than that. He was a historian. Um, he influenced people left or right to think, to do your own research. He was more than just a right wing person, uh, a MAGA supporter, a right wing supporter. He was more than that. He was, of course, a father, and he has parents, he has family, he has a whole team. You know, um, he- to see that happen, it's just terrible. It's terrible. Sorry, I lost my train of thought because I just started thinking about the family. But he was so much
yeah,
more than that. Let me get back to it real quick. So, personally meeting Dan Crenshaw, having a cigar with him, hanging out with him, very much influenced me. Of course, meeting him, yes, but I've never met Charlie Kirk, and I felt even more influenced uh, by his rhetoric, by the way he talks, the way he cares about himself, his values, his ideas on religion, all that stuff. I felt like I've hung out with him more than I did with Dan Crenshaw. So sometimes you didn't meet somebody in person, because I've met people in person, and I can definitely tell you I could feel more connected with Charlie Kirk than Dan Crenshaw. Even though I met Dan Crenshaw in person, and he was absolutely amazing too, though. But I followed a lot of Charlie Kirk, and I feel like I miss a brother. I felt like we lost somebody that was like on our team. Like
yeah.
we lost something for us as everyday
Mhm.
Americans, not as senators, governors, uh, presidents, vice presidents. He was just a person, and
That that is something that is very important to remember, and just again, don't live with fear and hate in your heart, guys, because it's only going to make your life worse. I learned that a few years ago, when, like I said, I was angry about my little brother's passing, and I knew, one of my other family members was there, and I had a lot of anger and hate or resentment toward that family member, and I learned in church, not to carry it around, and also too, you got to remember that those because you feel a certain way towards somebody doesn't mean that that somebody knows that they offended you or hurt you. A lot of times you have
been
that
there.
own anger
Yeah,
or hurt in your heart because the way you took it. It may have nothing to do with
I
you.
just
It
been
may have
there,
had nothing, like you may have just passed by and you got offended on your own feelings and stuff like
bro.
that.
I just been there, and
So,
so quick story.
you know, for
Go ahead.
me, I got a hold of my aunt, after that, I went to church and, found out, what I needed to do to kind of clear that off my conscience. And man, once I brought her to the shop, and I kind of did, she cried, I cried, as a man, and she had no idea. And I
Ain't
told
nothing
her
wrong
it's not
crying.
like she was just trying to apologize, and there's no reason to apologize. Like again, you didn't intentionally offend me. I
Exactly. Thank you. I
created
like
that
that.
that offending, and I was the one carrying it, and I was the one feeding it. Don't let it get in your hearts, guys. Don't let that seed get in there
Exactly.
and grow a horrible, horrible tree in your life. It does not need to grow there. You need to, again, like me and Sharkotic are talking about, remember the good things, remember the right way that he was trying to make those changes for us to have understanding and better growth. So that way we can pass on that legacy, not the dark side legacy. So,
Exactly. And stop being so sensitive. Like recently, like I'll tell you a little personal story that kind of got weird. So I was out with somebody that's going through a breakup. And so I'm drinking, having a good time at a bar. Okay. Mind you, I'm at a bar. Okay. And so this person was talking about I do opera, I do modeling and this and that. So I just jokingly said, "So are you gay?" Just making conversation. If you're not, that's fine. I've been hit on by gay people. I've been to gay pride on accident though, but I was completely cool with it. Um, I was just asking the question because that person I was with was single, but that person's straight. So if that person was like, "Yeah, I'm gay," I'd have been like, "Hey, so tell me the truth, man. Like, is it different with the gay community versus like the straight community, like in terms of dating?" Like, I wanted to make some jokes and some conversation, and that person took it offensively because I asked them if they were gay, and I'm like, "Dude, I didn't say." Are you gay? I hate gay people. I didn't say that. That didn't happen. I was just asking if you were gay so I can make some jokes with you and the person I was with. We're at a bar. We're just joking. We're having a fun time. This person took that offensively. I would never take it offensively if you asked me if I'm gay or if I'm straight. Like, it's just a question. We're at a bar setting. We're just joking. But don't be so sensitive, people. Like, it was just a question. It was just a joke. Psychotic didn't
yeah,
mean nothing by it.
I've, I've, I've kind of had that same conversation with some years back, and and they didn't take offense to it, and I thought like so, like I started asking personal questions, and they were cool with it, and they
Yeah.
shared, and I was curious to have understanding. You know
Know
what I
what their
mean?
life is like. I
Yeah,
fished, and I told them like whoever it was, they got friends with the person I was with. So they were messaging that person I was with. They were like, "Why is that dude asking these questions?" Like, bro, it's just a fucking question. It's just a joke. Like, I fish for gay people. As a matter of fact, the first time I fished with a gay person, that person had AIDS, and I was kind of concerned for the first time fishing with a gay person because I'm Caribbean and I'm a little bit of a loudmouth and I'm not sensitive. Um, Vice versa. I'm not going to be sensitive with you. Don't be sensitive with me. But I had a phenomenal, great, fun time hanging out with this gay person fishing. I'm talking about just the first time. The first time. I fished with gay people after that, and it really. And this was college time. It really altered my. They're just people. It's just I didn't know if they're going to be like the fairies that are, everything has to lead with I'm gay or this or that. Like I have conversations and hang out with people. I don't lead with I'm straight. If you're normal, I don't care where you put your genitals. That's your business. You know what I
yeah.
mean? I don't have no prejudice towards that. If you're gay, no problem. If you're bi, whatever. There's so many different. But anyways, this person just because asked if they were gay because they model and do opera, it was just a joke because the guy kind of looked a little gay. It was just a joke because I was gonna lead with another joke, be like, "Hey, so this person I'm with, they're single. So like, can you enlighten us? Like, what's the difference between like straight people and gay people? Were you like straight and then turn gay? Like, what happened? Like just conversation, and the people get offended. I have no problem with gay people. If there's any gay people who want to hang out and have a shot with Sharkotic, you're more than welcome to come hang out with us. But like I said, stop being sensitive about it. No one gives a shit where you put your genitals. We really don't care.
As long as they're of age.
Well, yeah, of course, I'm talking about adults. I'm not talking
Yeah,
about kids.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm talking about
yeah.
adult setting. Adult stuff. Yeah. If you're a drinking age person, you want to hang out. I don't care if you're gay, bi, pan, whatever, all these different
Yep.
names. I Sharkotic don't care. I've had fun times hanging out with gay people, and they were absolutely amazing to hang out with.
Yep.
But this person took it so sensitively, and I was like, "Really? Are you serious? Like, we're just making jokes." But that's the world today, and it was a younger person, in the early 20s, and I'm like, it was just a question, like answer the question, like, yeah, well, you could even say I don't want to talk about it, but either way, it was just a question. Nobody was being rude to you. Nobody was being like hateful to you, and you could have just answered it, and we could have had some fun joking around together. I'm
All
down
right,
to
guys.
drink with some gay folks.
To answer Tommy's question, I'm actually cleaning my pyramid weights. We manufacture our own fishing tackle, but while I was cleaning my weights, we were kind of we've hit on a whole bunch of
So many
different
topics.
variety of subjects. We're all over the
Basically, don't
place
be
tonight.
sensitive.
So yeah, that's the biggest one. Yeah. So uh, we are working on it. I've got a bunch of orders going out. I also got a bunch of abbots coming in as well, and
Nice.
um, we just got one order in earlier this week. We're supposed to have another one come in probably tomorrow, if not Friday.
You get
But
rid
I'm
of all
kind of
the orange
excited.
130s you had?
The what?
Did you get rid of all the 130s, the orange ones?
No, 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 no. I got two left still.
I've been
So
seeing them getting posted a few different
yeah, no.
places.
One of our buddies posted up the 130s and the pink 130s too, because we got those in as well. So those look that rose gold on them looks phenomenal, dude. So, do I have any two tone Raptors?
Hmm.
I have the red and the black ones. I think they're in MXL and LX size. They're the red and the black ones. Is all I have in two tone. So John asked if you read his comment. Sputnik says it's going to be shark fishing and fishing the beach since the bull rods have started to run. Laura says I went two times so far and haven't caught a shark. Sadly. Well, Laura, where are you fishing at, and what are you using for bait? Because
Yeah.
to be honest with you, I've caught quite a bit of sharks using shrimp by itself. But also too, I've gone to fish out of Port Aid off of the Caldwell Pier, and I was using button squid over there, and we were catching shark after shark after shark on squid, which I've never seen in my life of shark fishing to use squid for shark. Like that's what they wanted to eat was squid. They didn't want cut bait. I mean, I still
Haven't
was
had
putting
that
it
luck.
out there because on the by chance I would caught a bigger fish, but yeah, no, it was
I
insane.
got them on
So,
fish bites, got them on whiting, cut mullet. But yeah, never on squid. I don't think I've caught any sharks on squid.
ooh. Sputnik says David needs to do a red and green two tone for Christmas, and then black and orange for Halloween. Yeah, I like that. That would be cool. Hmm. Hmm. Hey, we got Halloween right around the corner. That
It's
gives
coming
me an
up next month.
idea. Yeah. Maybe we just need to set some of those up. Do the get a bunch of black reels and a bunch of orange reels and mix them up for Halloween. Yep. That sounds like a cool idea.
Festive. Halloween is my favorite time of the year. Well, it's like 50-50 with Christmas though. Very close. I really like Halloween. And I really love Christmas.
Oh, and also too, guys, just a heads up and a reminder: we are still collecting donations for going up to San Saba. The trip did get postponed because there was a bunch of pieces in motion that it didn't. It actually it's going to behoove us to postpone the trip right now to raise more money because right now we're a little over $1,600 raised. But I'd like to go up there with like $10,000 worth of gear. Like that's going to be the only true way to go up there and make a difference. You know what I mean? Um, the last time we went up there, we took almost $10,000 worth of donations with all the waters and the screws and then the clothing and food that we also got up there. Plus, we also fed a ton of people with the Big Bertha crew as well. So that was a pretty phenomenal trip altogether. I mean, it was a lot of work getting there, but we made it happen, and I'm excited to do another trip with the Big Bertha crew up there to go feed everybody. So
It's God's work,
we're in the
man.
prep.
Appreciate you
So
guys.
what?
It's crazy. I said it's God's work, man. What you guys
Mm-hmm.
are doing is God's work, man. You know what you guys do. Um, that's what we need more of. We need more of that.
Yes, sir. That's for sure. John asks, "What flavor are my fish bites and price?" I normally carry the
Jeez, I'm not
shine
getting all the
shrimp,
comments.
electric chicken, power lime, flesh pink, in the crab and shrimp flavors. Mullets, we also have the periwinkle clam, the cohina clam, and also the ghost shrimp. Um, we also have the squid flavor in as well. But again, too, I've been buying so much braid and reels, and that's been pretty much taking up a lot of my spending, and also more lead and materials and stuff like that. So I hadn't been able to get the fish bites in, but they are coming. And then once I kind of get that sorted, I want to get more clothing line in. It's everybody keeps asking, and I am so sorry. I wish I had a bigger bank account, but I don't. But we're gonna get it. We are definitely gonna get it. So the fish bites also start out at $8.99 and $9.99, depending on which flavor. Some obviously cost more, um, and more than others, but we got them. And yes, we do ship. Sputnik says I caught a lot of sharp nose on squid. Yeah, we did too. The sharp nose were pretty big ones too. A few of the ones we caught were almost 5 foot in length. Uh, but we did catch a lot of black tips and small spinners with them as well. So,
Guys, I'm sorry. Every time Albert's talking about these comments, I'm sitting here and nothing's moving. I have to keep hitting the arrow. Like it's not loading the comments for me. It's just not. I
oh,
don't know. Maybe it's a
put
glitch.
the where it shows the comments, a little cogwheel or whatever. Click on it and put live comments.
I
You
did.
may have it under top comments.
I'm gonna just exit real quick and not. Oh no, let me not do that.
That may be another way to actually do it as well.
Because it just stalls. So like I see the last one from John Dooley. I might buy one on squid from you, and then so like I see this one, and then it pauses, and then you're talking about comments. I'm like, what the hell? And then when I press up, then I get an arrow, but I'm live. Like I don't want to exit, but no.
Well,
All
no,
right.
not that you're live. The comments are live on there. Um, you see the little text deal with the little clog? Hit on that, and then it'll come up as top chat, live chat, super chat, and done.
Oh, live
Put on
chat.
live chat.
Uh, learn something every day.
Yep.
All right. All right. My
The
bad,
squid
guys.
flavor,
I've
the squid, the
never
sand
been trying
flea, the
to ignore you
shine, the
guys.
mullet are all $9.99. Um, the cohina clam and those are $8.99.
All right, cool. So I guess I could finally see all the
Sputnik
comments.
asks, what
Jeez.
brand of braid will you be putting on the MXL Raptors that he bought? We have mainly tightline braid in the house right now. I've got some of the Cortland. I need to order more of their line. I've been honestly just trying to keep up with the amount of colors and opportunities that Tightline Braid has been presenting to us and our customers. Because really, when y'all are asking for all of this, all of that, I'm just trying to make sure I have it in house. So when you come by, I have it ready. You know what I mean? I don't want y'all to, damn it, I wanted it today kind of deal, and I don't have it. I went through a long period of losing so much sales because I didn't have inventory in house. So I'm doing my best I can to make sure to have it all in here, and we're moving along. We are. It's just staying on track and trying not to make any improper steps along the way. So mm, Oh man. There we go. I see you commented on there.
Yeah, now
There
I'm
we go.
on. Hopefully,
Yeah. I like how you got the logo on your Sharkotic logo on there. So that works out. Yeah.
yeah. Don't
I
forget,
need to get
guys. Check us out. What you need?
I need to get my logo, the little Hard Life logo with the shark on there. But I want the Team Hard Life like this, but with the shark a little bit bigger in the bottom. You know what I mean?
I'll work on it. Just remind me,
Yeah. So, and there's so much that I wish I could do with Photoshop. I
bro.
don't know how.
Same, bro. The thing is, I know how to do it. I don't even have time to do it.
Yeah.
I be so
Mm-mm-mm.
busy with the bread and the butter. You know, gotta make it happen. But from back in the days, bro. Probably like 15 years ago. Remember how it was when we had to put the logo on any picture. When we catch a shark, we got to put the logo on. I had to cut the
Yeah, yeah,
logo, cut by
yep.
cut by cut. I had to trace it with my mouse and make it happen and vector it and do it all. But now you got AI, which is the reason why I knew I needed to get out of trying to make money doing graphic designs. Uh, Figure out how to work AI better now. But yeah, no, bro, whatever you need, just hit me up and just stay on me because I'll get it for you. Just I'd be so
Right.
crazy busy, bro. And when you get this busy dealing with the stuff that like Albert and I deal with, it's just business. You get brain fog. So it's like you be on something right now, you'll talk to somebody, be like, you know what, I'm gonna take care of it in the next hour. But guess what happens? Before that hour comes, you get hit with like five things to take care of. And so you take care of those five things, and then you're like, am I good? Did I take care of it all? I think I
Yeah.
did. I don't know. I think we're good.
I I
Yeah, you
I've
gotta
actually
remind
gotten
me. You gotta remind me.
I've gotten to the point that I tell them, hey, text me because that, or I sit there and I'll write it down like, hey, I need to get this done today, or this. And so,
I would tell
and
people
the
you can't bother
texting, like
me.
normally
Remind me over and over again. I'm not
when I'm
ignoring
there, I'm like,
nobody.
oh crap, I got to get that done. And so if they have my number, they normally will text me, and it'll work out that way. But yeah,
Yeah, we're
so
not ignoring nobody. We just get busy. So feel free to remind us, especially me. If there's something for me, remind me, remind me, remind me. You can't bother me. You can't.
yeah,
Remind me. You're
yeah, I'm
doing
the
me a
same way.
favor.
They're
I
like, man, I'm sorry to bug.
appreciate the
I'm like,
reminder.
no,
Like, no,
I'm
thank
glad you
you.
called me,
I
bro. Like, really.
appreciate that. I want that because I get
Yeah.
buried. And then when you message me after a week or whatever, I got you. Hey, same thing with Danny. Like I've been needing to ship is real. Got busy. Got busy. I didn't want to put it in the Avid box and ship it. I wanted to put it in another box, but I didn't get another box. But while I was waiting for another box, which I've gotten recently, he showed up to Houston and he got his reels.
Yep.
So just
Yep.
remind us, remind us. Hey, you ain't bothering us, especially me. You ain't bothering me.
Yeah. No
Message,
doubt.
text, call. It'll bring you back up to the top. We deal like 30 things a day easily from different people. And
Yes.
it's not that you're not a priority. You could be the top priority, but some random thing pops up that's not a priority, but we could be like, let's knock it out real quick. We try to knock it out real quick. It turns out we can't knock it out real quick. It takes a little bit longer than planned. And so now we're like, God damn. All right, cool. That's done. What's next? And
Yep. It
we
has.
might forget. So, I'll apologize for myself. If I have done that to you guys, all I'm saying is that you can't bother me. And I'm sure hit up Albert. If there's something, just keep hitting him up. Same thing with me. Keep hitting me up. Whatever it is that's owed will be taken care of. Sometimes we needed a little time because time's not on our side. Time kicks our butts every day.
I will
I
say
feel like I
this.
teleport through the
I,
week.
I I was told that these reels were going to take several months. I placed the order, and it was like 2 weeks later they were ready, and they just boom, they added in with the order that I had from like 5 months ago. All together, I was like, I was like, so I called the customer. I was like, "Hey, your reel's here," and he's like, "What? I thought you was." I said, "I thought so too." Like, but he goes, "Holy crap!" And like it caught him by storm too. He was like, "Man, I was going to check back next month." And I
It
was like,
happens.
"Well, when it becomes available, I'll let y'all know, even if it's ahead of time, guys. It just
I had
sometimes
some
it
bulletproof
works out
stuff
weird like that."
for a project because not a lot of people know your banks, different places, there is bulletproof mesh in their cabinets. So I can't talk about the specific project, but I ordered this stuff like 2 weeks ago. Didn't hear nothing from them. And then I reached out to them like, hey, I already paid for shipping and this and that. They said, guess what? The shipping that you paid for, when we went to ship it, we realized we have to freight it to you. I was like, "But I already paid for shipping though." And they were like, yeah, we can't ship it that way. It has to be freighted. I was like, well, you guys set the price. I just agreed to the price. So now I'm 2 weeks behind on something. Is it my fault? There was a price, there was shipping. I paid the price, I paid the shipping. Didn't show up. 2 weeks later, where's my stuff at? Oh, there's a problem. It has to be freighted. Is that my fault? I don't know. Maybe. Who knows?
Well, they should have called you the next day, be like, "Hey, man,
Said something.
hey, this is what's going on. This is, yeah, yep."
I told him give me
So,
the
and
freight price, and he hasn't even gotten back to me yet. So it's like, and then he was like, "Oh, it's from our supplier in California." Then he was like, "Oh, no, 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 you can pick it up in Texas." And I already know the Texas distributor, but he had 50% off. I was like, "Okay, I could go there and get it." And he's like, "No, no, no, sorry, it's Ohio company that you have to pick it up from." I'm like, "Well, give me the freight price so I could weigh it and see should I just go pick it up locally in Texas or pay the freight price from Ohio." And
right,
it's beyond my control. Like I'm just trying to facilitate products.
yep, yeah, I know that feeling, boss. I get caught in that same vicious circle. But again,
Ultimately,
too,
I'm the bad guy.
they want to get upset. They're like, "Well, we sent you an email." I'm like,
No, you
"I
didn't.
tell you, call me. Like, you need an immediate response. Call me." Like, I don't sit there at my phone watching my emails or getting a notification. Like, I don't live on my computer. This is where I'm at, or I'm through the shop. Like, and trying to get them to understand that it's like pulling teeth. They're like, "Well, we can answer our email." Well, that's because you sit at your desk. That is your job. This is, I mean, yeah, technically it's my job, but it's not my job where I just sit there and only do that. You know what I mean? So, yep, but we're working on it. Things are working, so that's nice. Man, I'm almost done with this tray. I'm gonna get. Yeah, I think y'all have seen it go from way up here to like
Like a foot
it's
up
slow.
to down.
Yeah, it's slowly gone down. I'm almost probably about 10 more racks, and I'll be flush with the the pan that it's on. But just to give you an idea, this pan is one of the large, like 3-inch deep pans that are 15 by like 10 inches across, or maybe a foot. That's probably a foot. I don't know. But yeah, it was a lot. I combined 3 trays into it and stuff. It makes it
Nice.
easier. I don't have to keep getting up after each one tray and going to get more weights when I just stack it up there like that. So, uh,
How long are you going again?
the what?
How much longer are you gonna go on live?
I don't know because it all depends on my phone. I was actually live internationally a little while before we got
Noise.
on here. Marlon, who's been on the channel multiple times, talking about all the different types of testing he has done with Cortland and tightline braids and stuff like that, and he was going to talk about the whales, catfish that he fishes for and stuff. And
Some big fish.
but we got on there, and I was having a lot of problems trying to hear him. Like I
Mm.
literally was, I was cleaning weights, but I was hunched over trying to
What's up,
hear him,
Skipjack?
and it, you know, told him, I said, well, but I was also with that Kirk deal uh, on my mind and weighing on me, and I needed to kind of
It
talk
ruined
about
the
it.
day. I mean, I think it's definitely impactful. Um, not gonna jump
What's
back
up,
into
Slick
it, but
Jack?
it's very impactful.
And it's very rare that you meet somebody, or even if, like we said, I've never met the person in person. I've
Exactly.
never
Like
talked to
I've
them, but
met people, and
they
then I
made
haven't
such
met
an
people, and
impact
I felt
on my
connected.
life that I feel a type of way. You know what I mean?
And it
And
goes to
that's
show when we go live and we're interacting with people, how many people actually feel like we are like chatting one on one. You know what I mean? Like as
yeah,
friends, like we've known each other forever. And it really shed a lot of light. Just that alone, seeing that, because like I said, I hung out with Dan Crenshaw, and I've never hung out with Charlie Kirk. But man, Charlie Kirk has been very impactful because I follow him more, and I
yep,
feel more connected with Charlie Kirk, even though I've never met him, than Dan Crenshaw.
yep. Luciano, what's up? Daniel Garcia in the house, and
What up?
Skipjack
What up?
Cindy. Yeah. Yep. I'm sorry I haven't been on your channel in a while, Cindy. I've been working so crazy over here, but
Been busy.
definitely, yeah. Normally I would catch her show like when I'm on my way home. She's out there fishing, and I normally would jump on for the trip home and stuff like that. So, but definitely, yeah. With
Oh, how'd you like the Padre song?
um, actually, I was jamming out to it the other day. Actually,
I
like I
I
said,
took a lot of time on that one. I don't
every
know if people like it or not, but I tried to get a good, tough, strong sound to that. It was like Padre. And at the very end, it was like some college Jurassic Park.
yeah. So what I do normally, if I'm working away from my desk, I'll actually pull up your channel and I'll
Oh,
hit your
nice.
playlist and I'll let it play. And actually, I was going to say that too because originally when I was playing your playlist, from one song to the next, it wouldn't play the songs. I literally had to come over here and hit the next song or do whatever. And then all of a sudden, now it's like I hit the playlist and it'll play through the songs and and sometimes it'll go back to the beginning and start playing them again. But after it plays like one and a half rotations, I have to come over here and tell it I'm still
Yeah,
listening.
I hate that. Yeah, I hate that.
So, but yeah, no, I definitely rock out to your songs when I'm here. And sometimes customers come in and they'll be like, that's now refer them over here to your channel that way and stuff like that. So, but no, what I was saying is I was trying to download the music. I think from messengers where I think you sent it,
It won't
or
download. I have to send it to you as an MP3.
yeah, yeah. So that's what I was meaning. Like I couldn't get it to do that, but I don't remember if you sent it through email or not the second time. But
I think I
I
sent
don't.
you a lot of the fishing ones, but not the motivational ones. But pretty soon, I'll soon have it. I'm trying to, I don't know, work some stuff with Swisher House. I do have a song with Swisher House. I wish I was in my studio. I would give you guys a preview. I just can't do it on my phone right now. But I have a song with Swisher House, but it's a Houston song. It's not a fishing song. Um, but I'm working with Swisher House as well because their distribution is bigger than mine. They've been distributing music for 20 plus years.
Yeah,
So now I'm deciding on just like distributing the fishing song on my own and the motivational music with Swisher House and split it with him because you know, think about it by math. If he could distribute it and I can make, let's say I do it by myself, I can make 5,000 or maybe even 10,000. Let's say I let him distribute it and our split is 20,000 and he gets 20. I might as well let him do it and I'll take a split. Uh,
yeah,
he's Swisher House, multi platinum uh, label. So we're working out the details. Good friends, so it's not that it's a hard sell back and forth. We're working through the kinks. So I think Friday coming up we'll chat and figure that out. But soon we'll figure out how to launch the motivational music and the fishing music. either together or separately. Um, I think his distribution is better, but by the end of the day, it's what's going to be profitable. It takes
That
a
is
lot of time.
definitely good.
If you give
No,
me a
and you're
topic
right.
right now, it'll take
That's
me a few hours to go inside and make that song happen. Tomorrow, I'll be able to probably get it going, probably post
that
tomorrow. It's hours.
you're
Like,
exactly right on that. Looking at both sides of, if you do it yourself, you have to invest all the work and labor hours to make it happen. Whereas getting it over to him, you're basically paying them for their time, the connection points, their that next level of
his
growth that would
distribution
take
is bigger than
you,
mine.
10 times as much more to make
I
it
like the
happen.
growth.
So yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
it's not like a contract that's inevitable. I could do a track with him, and then once that track is over, I can continue, and we'll see. But I got some good friends in the industry, so that's why I do have like 16 plus songs on the motivational, over like 14 maybe or 12 at least on fishing. So we can actually put that together as a track for Sharkotic, two different tracks for
Good
download
night. Good
on
night, Brian.
Spotify and Apple Music, but patience. We're working on it.
Brian, to that. Yeah.
But
I'm almost.
what we're doing right now, all this will stay, however you want to use it.
Mm. Well, I'll show y'all where I'm at on this tray real quick because y'all can kind of see that it's getting pretty low, but I still have quite a bit more to do. Um, but this one had a lot more 2 ounce pyramids, which was good. But remember when my hand was like this?
Oh yeah, you cut it down. You 3/4 of the way.
Yep.
You were
And
like a
that's all
foot
I got
up.
out of it.
Uh,
Yep. So, all right.
that is business. That's life.
Yep.
It's a hard work that people need to see.
Nope. Breaking weights and live on the channel.
What
Uh,
Sharkotic? Ah,
After I finish these weights and some surf weights, probably be about an hour.
oh, you on the phone.
Uh,
While you on the phone, don't forget you can Google Sharkotic. Sharkotic. Wait, hey, that should be a song.
okay. Yeah, it's 9:30 now. So.
Sharkotic. Do you know what I mean? It's
Uh,
Sharkotic, baby. Oh my
okay.
god,
I mean,
bro,
you can call me.
bro.
Let's see what's up.
Oh, when he comes back,
Okay.
Albert.
Uh, yeah.
Sharkotic, baby. You know what I mean. Hey, I need to get a rapper on that one. Make some calls. Sharkotic. You know what I mean. Yeah.
You got some
I got
you
my
got
own
some energy
ride. I
tonight,
got
huh?
my own reel. I'm out here shark fishing, baby. You know what I mean. Yeah,
I've heard some songs, man. You definitely could work that one.
no,
Uh,
so I try to not mimic. So like I did this thing on Facebook. If you guys are on my Facebook, jump on, right? I did a thing last week, and I was like, whatever random song, funny song, could be whatever. Some people talk about traffic and different things. It's like whatever you want, I'll make you a personal song. I'm not gonna post it on Sharkotic. I'm just sending you a song, something I'm doing for you. But yeah, man, it's cool. But a lot of folks kind of like said some songs that was already existing. I'm not trying to mimic uh, anybody out there. I'm trying to make sure my songs are distinctive and different.
yeah.
I've mixed, like country and like rap and different things on purpose. So it's different. You guys want to keep hearing the same tired rhetoric over and over again? We do something a little bit different, a little bit fun. Good lyrics though.
My phone just reset right now. We were at about 2 hours, and it shut off and came back on. So
Oh, you
I
get
don't
it.
know what was up with that. Maybe the phone tap is off now.
Sharkata came up with a big idea. Internet had to be like, oh wait, hold up.
Yeah. Now they're just calling me right now to see if I can go pick up my son. I said, "Was he ready?" No, well, no, he's not ready. He was supposed to be ready, or he was supposed to get off at 8, and he hadn't gotten off. Which it's a school night, but again, too, it's still only 9:30. The boy will stay up till 10 or 11. You know what I mean? Normally. So, but hey, I was talking the other day about working hours and this and that, and because I asked the wife, I said, have you ever gone a time where like you struggled to feed yourself? And she sat there and she was thinking about it. She goes, yeah, there was one time that she had like $5 or $7 to feed her and two of her three kids that she was with. Um, and she bought two hot dogs and a bag of chips and fed all three of them with it. I was thinking back, because we were sitting there kind of talking to the kids because they talked about, uh, oh, we did some paperwork for school and we just signed it. We didn't read it. And I was like, so you have no idea what you just signed? And I go, well, yeah, it doesn't matter. We're in school. And I was like, no, you got to understand. You have to read what you put your signature on
Exactly.
because they can entrap you to force you that, well, you signed the
Small print
paperwork.
will
Didn't
get
read
you.
it. No, reading that fine print is very important. And so it kind of led up to that deal about that. And I said, well, I said, oh, that
I mean, at least a
hurt.
good $20,000-$30,000 dispute on fine print. Terrible. You good, bro? Sciatica? Lower back? You good?
You see it?
Oh no, that's going to hurt. Super glue.
Oh,
Super glue.
no, that's just gonna have to cut. I'm gonna have to cut it all off. But yesterday, when I was stocking the cow nose, I smashed my little finger. Let's see if I can get it. And it's kind of hard to hit the zoom because I'm holding the phone and my other hand's over here. But yeah, I smashed that, so that pinky nail's about to fall out.
Yeesh.
That hurt. Dude, my nails are thick.
Ah,
Like I got strong
same.
nails.
We're
Like
like the Wolverine or the saber tooth. We got strong nails. Everybody compliments me on my nails. They're strong as
like
shit.
what did they say? Look, I'm squeezing it and it
But that
almost
hurts
pushed
as
into my
shit
finger
though.
the edge.
Oh,
Like
I've been there. I've drilled through my finger with a masonry bit, straight through the center of my finger, through the other side of my finger, and got stuck and had to reverse the bit. And my bone was spiraled out on this side. I had to rip the spiral bone out and bleed out from the back of my shop to the front of my shop. Oh my god,
that
terrible!
that's how sharp the nail is now.
Ugh.
I'm cutting through paper.
Jeez. Well, you gonna be starting fires now, so I'm gonna tell you, bro. We got to look at life and positivity. The fire department is happy with you right now. You ain't starting. Oh my god, saber tooth. Get the Wolverine over here. Hey, bro,
Yeah,
stick to being Dumbledore. Too dangerous with the
man.
sharp blades on your fingers.
Oh man, that hurt. I jammed it like that and it
On
split the
what?
nail. So mhm.
Oh no, wait. So, hey, rip it off and glue it.
Nah, it's not the fleshy part. It's just the nail past it.
This
Cause
nail. Oh, okay. You're
yeah,
lucky.
I lucked out on that. I let these thumbnails grow because when I go to like pick something off the floor, if I just have the flesh there and no nail, I can't grab it. Like and trying to sit there and like without
I
a
type so much. I try to
nail
do
span.
the opposite, but I have thick nails. My nails are strong as shit. I could do that,
Hmm.
but it bugs me when I'm typing because I hit the extra key next to the key I'm trying to type.
Mine ain't that long, but yeah. But my nails are pretty strong, really strong. So, oh man, Brian, you have a good night, boss. I know, I said it earlier, but I'm kind of just going back through, seeing the comments and stuff like that. I'm almost done with this tray here of the 1 and 2 ounce pyramids, which will, it, from what I understand, we have enough to fulfill the order, but I know we got a
Nice.
secondary
I'll be
order
right
on
back.
top of that. And then a third order. We got an order for breakaway tackle, one for the bait bucket, and then also two for 4-day outfitters. So we'll be heading out that way probably tomorrow afternoon. I'd like to get all the orders out tomorrow afternoon. That's my goal. Um, but I know the breakaway tackle one probably won't be till probably Monday because they ordered 200 pounds of half ounce egg weight plus 2, 3, and 4 ounce egg weights, and then also 4 ounce pyramids. So, yep, they got a lot of weight coming their way. So, you will see, you'll see. But again, guys, uh, I definitely just want to keep Charlie's family in our prayers. 'Cause that is, he is 31 years old and was taken away and had a whole long life that would have been so productive in helping us out, helping everybody out. Um, Definitely, that is just crazy. Um, but we'll keep working it, guys, and I'll definitely keep sharing the light because I know it's been blessed upon me to do so. So I will keep doing it. Let's see. Yep. What's up, Fat Cat? Yep, Daniel, you too. You have a blessed night, brother. Uh, but I got to go use the restroom. So I'm going to finish what I got in my hand and I'm going to go and call it a night with y'all guys because I might be in there a little bit. But again, uh, it's a tough day today, guys. Really, really tough. A lot of pain, but again, too, don't let that pain, darkness tree grow in your mind or in your heart. Share the light. That will definitely go a lot more and it will cut through the darkness at the end of the day. Again, guys, y'all have a blessed night. I gotta run, brother. I gotta go use the restroom. So
Oh, cool, cool. All right.
I will holler at
Thank
y'all
y'all.
later. Sharkotic, make sure to go check out his YouTube channel because he's doing a giveaway for his 300K.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be
Ooh,
fun.
dude, that
Getting
could be
there.
awesome. So I'll look into that one too because I think I want to participate as well.
Oh, that'll be a fun one. Hey, do me a favor,
Uh,
bro. Call me on your way home, maybe. I got a few questions for you. Nothing crazy, but a few things I
I'll
want to
do
talk to
that
you about.
after I get out of the restroom. I'm still gonna be here. I know I'm gonna
Go
be a
poop it.
minute in the restroom.
All right,
So
hit me up. Hit me
I'll
up.
let
I'll be
y'all
here.
later.
There, bro. Hey,
All right.
hey,
Bye.
wait, Albert.
Yeah.
One more thing. Let's end it with a moment of silence. God bless, and I pray for those families that are suffering right now, and hopefully there is a light at the end of the tunnel for all of this. Thank you all for hanging out tonight. See y'all later.
And we all said, Amen.
Amen.